Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you again with yet another ephemera video for the I Am Grateful journal. Today we're going to be making, what did I call these? Oh, I don't have a note. I will just show you. As you can see, this is going to be a window kind of flip. This is a card that I think I got from Hobby Lobby. And it's going to be a flip, an envelope flip. So I'll show you that one in just a second. This one is a snack bag. I think I have it written down. Let me see what I was calling them. An envelope flip, an envelope flip and tuck, and a snack bag pocket. So this is the snack bag pocket. Say that 3 times. So I'm going to just set this stuff aside. This is just some bits that I'm going to decorate. That's a journal card, and then some cutesy little bits to decorate this, the front of this. So forgive me if I get a little tongue-tied. It is a work night, so again, not my best time, but I've already torn and cut and chosen all these pieces because it's easier. It's just so much easier for me to do this. So so what I did, this is a piece of that alcohol ink jelly print that I used in the journal on one of the pages. So I'm using a scrap of that for the front of this pocket. So basically what I did is, hoping I can keep all this straight now that I'm taking it apart. So what I did is I have these snack bags, and I got them from Amazon, I believe, and it measures, this one measures 5 by 8 1/4. So what I did is I just folded it up the width that I wanted it, or the height that I wanted this pocket to be. And then I went ahead and cut pieces to cover it. So this piece, this is scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. It's that really textural stuff. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's really beautiful. I've got it in an assortment of colors, and I thought this was perfect for this journal. This is the piece that's going to go on the back of the snack bag pocket. I'm going to set that there. And then I cut this piece to go here. I didn't need it to go all the way this full length because this is going to be covered. So I just cut enough just to cover that bit. So, and then this piece is for the flap. It's just a piece. This is another piece from Hobby Lobby. I'm not using this side because it's got this teal color, but it has the beautiful yellow kind of variegated design there, which I'm going to use. So we're going to start by kind of constructing this first, and then we'll talk about how we're going to decorate it, and the journal, oh my goodness, the journal card is going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. I don't know that it's going to make a lot of difference, but I'm going to go ahead and ink everything that's right here for this project, and then I will go ahead and speed through that so you don't have to watch that, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so there wasn't really much inking. The bag was a little bit tricky to do that with because it's so flimsy, but I like the crinkly sound of it, so that's why I'm using it. And I bought a bunch and I haven't used them yet, so I thought I would go ahead and give it a try. And it's just the right width because this is 5 inches, so it's going to fit in my I Am Grateful journal just fine. I'm not making a pocket. Well, maybe I do want a pocket with that. Maybe we should make that a pocket. I think we will make that a pocket. So I hadn't thought about that. I always pre-design these, and then I come back to it, and with a level of clarity that I maybe didn't have at the time that I was kind of pulling the supply. So I'm going to go ahead and do a thumb notch here. I'm going to go through the bag and the this piece up here. Hopefully it's going to punch okay. Just trying to generally find the middle. Oh, perfect. Awesome. So let's go ahead and actually let's start with this piece because then I can glue this down, then put this on. So let's do that. A little bit of reverse order. So partial front. my little ghetto notes here. So I'm just going to use some art glitter glue. Get this on there. I love, love, love this paper. It's just so textural, and it's just pleasing to look at, even if you don't ever touch it. But it's beautiful to touch as well. So sorry about that scratchy sound. Paper's kind of rough. There we go. So let's go ahead and get this in place on our envelope. So again, I'm going to bring it right up to this edge as best I can. Hopefully I can see that okay without standing up. That looks to be good. Just going to give that a good press. I like to have a little bit of border on the outside, so I'm not too concerned about that. And then I'm going to move the camera just a little bit down here. There we go. When I do that, I just have to be more conscientious about staying in frame. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and make a pocket out of that. That's probably what I was going to do in the first place. I don't know. Silly me. So I'm going to glue 3 sides of this pocket. So this side, the bottom, and then the other side. Oops. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and stick that down and get that as straight as possible. I'm glad I didn't glue the flap down first because I didn't ink that yet. So let's go ahead and ink this really quick. Because I think what we're going to end up having here is we're going to end up having 2 pockets, which is a bonus. So because we're going to have the pocket that's created by gluing it, and then we're going to have this pocket as well. So that's going to be pretty sweet. But I love how this goes with this. You can see the same tones, which I think is really beautiful. And I love the neutral look. I don't usually go for that, but it's really, really beautiful in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this strip on. And again, I put a piece of paper on here and then I just cut around it. I'm not a big measurer, so I do things kind of the easy, quick way. And it works for the most part. Sometimes my things aren't completely straight, but again, as I say often, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not expecting it from myself or anyone else, so I just try to have a good time and not get stressed about it. So I'm going to go ahead and place that on here. I'm just going to scooch it over, and I may have to trim that up a little bit, we'll see. Just giving that a good press. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit tall, so we'll trim that off here. Let's let that set for a minute though. And then we're going to go ahead and glue this one shut. So we're going to glue it obviously on the 2 sides. Probably shouldn't say obviously, because for newbies it maybe is not obvious. It certainly wasn't obvious to me when I started. So there we go. So we're going to go ahead and push that down, glue that. Love it. I pulled this doily out. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to use it. I don't know, there's something about it I just don't care for in this design, so I may not use it. So just giving that a nice press, let that set. I think we're good to go ahead and trim this this edge off a little bit. It was a rough cut. There we go. This is just going to be on the page. It's going to be clipped in, probably with a paper clip or something. But it's not going to be like over the page or anything. It's just going to be just a paper clipped in, removable kind of thing. And the reason why is because I am covering the back. So if we cover the back, I mean, you could totally put it in like this. This is crooked. Doggone it. Okay, let's get some ink in there. Just disguise it with some ink, right? Yeah. There are worse things than things not being straight. Now, I say that, you know, and say I don't sell my journals, so I don't worry about that kind of stuff, because I'm either giving them away or I'm keeping them for myself, which I give more away than I keep. So let's go ahead. I love the crinkly sound. Can you guys hear that? I love it. So we're going to go ahead and glue this piece. And again, I just cut it the size of the paper. I'm going to get the bigger art glitter glue out because it's just a little bit quicker and easier when you've got a bigger area. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Maybe. Are we plugged up? I need to get some more of this, but I'm having a hard time finding it. I may have to get a different kind of white glue, tacky glue. There we go. Get that everywhere. I'm not going to make a pocket on the back. I mean, I'm not going to make this into a pocket, I guess is what I'm saying. I may make a pocket on the back at a later time. I don't think I prepared for that. Hopefully I'm doing this right. I prepared this a couple of days ago, so I just want to make sure that, yeah, so this pocket is open. That's what I was, that would be bad. I do all that and to make a pocket with for my journal card, and then there's no pocket. Stranger things have happened. So there we go. We're just going to line that up best we can, and if we need to trim, we can trim. I just love this paper though. Oh my gosh, it's just scrumptious. There we go. Looks like we just need to trim a little bit off of this side. You can see that little bit of an overhang there. What happened here? Oh, we got oozing glue up here. That's from the brown, so that's actually an overlap as well. So I'm going to trim that too. Could obviously be much more precise than I'm being here, but I don't worry about it. So there is our flip. Not our flip, our our little envelope, our snack bag pocket. So then the next thing is I cut some bits. So I took some of this paper and I wanted to layer it up here on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down, create just a little bit of a cluster to go across the front of this pocket. So don't overthink it, Renee. Just do it. Maybe I was going to put it, I just don't want to cover this whole thing up here. Maybe we'll go to this side, put that there, and then put our sentiment right here. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac. I also try to not overthink it, guys. I mean, it's just a cluster. It's not a big deal. And the more you play around and experiment and just go with it, the more you'll discover kind of what you like and what you don't like. And then you can not do it again or do it again, depending on what you like. So I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac to glue this little cute butterfly on here. Right there. Makes a nice little cluster. I like that. And then see the possibilities. We're just going to kind of put that on top of this butterfly. Try not to cover them too much, just a little bit. I actually want that to be over more. Can I slide it? I can. Hold on. Ah, it's stuck to my finger. Goodness gracious, Renee. That's what I call myself when I'm frustrated. Renee is my real name. Cara-Renee is my chosen name. So that's better, like that. So there we go. Just a really simple pocket here. We do have our little journaling card that we need to put in here. I did already mostly, I'm just going to set this aside. It's mostly prepped. I just have some little bits to go at the top of it. And I believe it is already, oh, it's not backed. I'm going to probably do this off camera and put some coffee dyed paper on the back and stitch around this. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it white. I think I'll just leave it white this time, but we will go ahead and ink it. I thought I had gone back and done that. I'd like to not do that on camera just because it takes time and I don't want to keep you guys, and I don't want to edit the video to Kingdom Come, so I think that looks just fine. And so then we're going to go ahead and do this little bit of layering up on the top of this to kind of go with the bottom section. So give that a press, and then we're going to ink this little word grateful, because don't you know that's what it's all about. At least that's what this journal is about. It's gratitude. I talked about it in my Sunday's Art of Truth last week on the 24th, and well, by the time you see this it will have not been last week. It'll probably be a couple weeks, but in my Sunday's Art of Truth on the 24th of October I wrote about the intentionality, the purposing to be grateful, which I definitely need to do. So there is our journal card. So this is going to, I can see that because of this paper is kind of made of probably has got some cotton in it. It's like bowing and stuff, which is fine, but I'm just kind of bending that back. So this is where our journal card is going to go, and it's going to stick up like that. Isn't that beautiful? And again, off camera, I'll go ahead and get some tags to put in here, some bits, some ephemera. And then I may decide to go back and, well, now that I've sewed that on, I don't know if I can do that, but we'll see. I might coffee stitch, I don't know. I don't like the white. I'm not a fan of the white at all, but I'll address that later. So that was a lot of words for nothing. Oh, it's a work night. Like I said, I warned you. Okay, so we're going to set that one aside. And I definitely need to look at the naming convention of my videos, though, because I thought I named another video already this, and I have not recorded. I'm just recording this one, so I'm going to definitely have to check that out. So this one is what I was calling the envelope flip and tuck. So I'm just going to take the ephemera bits off of here. I'm going to look at them really quick so I can get it in my memory what I was thinking. These are kind of the layers of paper and lace that I want to put on the front of this. So that's for the front. I'm just going to set that aside. And then here we have this. This is a window envelope. Hopefully I can keep this straight. Like I said, it's late. So I'm just going to remove those papers and show you. We're just going to go for the gusto. So I have, oh, it looks like I already glued that in. So I had this craft envelope, and I took it, and this is the card that goes in it, but you can see it's slightly shorter and smaller than the envelope, obviously. So what I wanted to do is create a tuck, so that, or a flip. So this is going to be on the side of a page, so it's going to be able to flip this way. It's going to be able to open this way. So this will not be a pocket. I'll just be covering this whole surface. Like I say, they're cover full. So I'm going to cover this full space with paper. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the one that's supposed to go in the frame, which I believe was this one. Yes, because it doesn't go over that edge. So I want that one to fit right there so it looks like an actual little picture frame. So I'm going to glue that on. So I'm trying to think about the best way, I guess, just to put it, it's going to cover this. Let me just look at this and make sure it covers that whole space. It does. So we're going to just put glue everywhere on there. Oh, I need to ink though. In fact, I'm going to pause, guys, and ink all these pieces, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so that is all inked. I've got to get these crumbs off my desk though. They drive me crazy. I need to change my sponge again. So we're going to go ahead and bring this back over here, and hopefully I'm looking at those pieces going, oh my goodness, I have a lot of pieces, but I assure you they all will fit. So I'm going to use my, I think I'll use the little art glitter glue, and I'm just going to go as close to that edge as I can. It's probably going to ooze out a little bit, but that's okay. I'm just going to get all this covered. I have to turn my work, guys, so I hope that doesn't make you spin. Just got glue all over my hands. I adore hidden spots, so that's why I like the flips and the tucks and these kind of folio kinds of things, because they're just like a little mini book that you can just hide writing in, which I just adore. So, and if you didn't already know, this journal is going to follow me from year to year because it's going to have an elastic binding. So I will be able to take the signatures out and replace them with new signatures next year. So we'll see how the journal actually holds up and how many years I can use it, but that's the general idea. So that is our, I think I want to erase this, but I'm going to have to find an eraser. I don't have one. Do I have one in my pocket? Nope. My grandkids were here and my erasers got moved, my erasers. So I think this is one I can use. I'm going to go ahead and try to erase that. I can't remember if that's going to show or not, so I should have probably looked at this stuff before I turned the camera on. Did I already glue that in? No, I didn't already glue it in. Good thing I checked. So that's what that's going to look like. So now we're going to go ahead and glue this in. But I'm thinking that we don't need to glue it all the way because it's nice and snug in there. So I think I'm just going to put some glue along this edge. In fact, I think I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac because I will have more time to move it. So I'm just going to put it on this portion. It should be okay to do that. And then we're going to go ahead and slide it in. I'm not the expert. So let's lay this back down so I can see that it's nice and straight, because I want it straight top to bottom and side to side. Come on. We need to move it down. We need to move it up. We need to scoot it in. Scoot it out. There we go. That's good enough for me. Like so. Just want to make sure it's nice and even, or as even as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and push that down. And the reason why I felt like because the rest of that flap is completely secured in this part of the envelope, so I wasn't worried about that. So that's what that looks like. So now there's another piece that's going to go here, and let's see if I marked it. I don't know if I did. I did not. That's okay. I don't think it really matters. I think it was this one that I had here. So this is going to go here. And because I wanted it to be something kind of not, nope, it's not that one. Oh, this is too tight in there. See if I can fudge it a little bit. Okay, that just means I'm going to have to adjust this paper. I wonder if one of these is bigger. They're the same size. So, adjustments. That's okay. We can glue it on and then we can trim it off if we need to. It looks like just a little bit too big. So the idea here was to have that show but kind of be nondescript, like not be a picture. So I'm liking that. So we can go ahead and glue that down too. But I'm going to look and see how much needs to be cut off. It looks like just a sliver. So glad tomorrow's Friday. I am ready for a weekend. We actually get a 3-day weekend, and then our Tuesday we just have training, so we won't have students, which is it's nice to have that break, and the training is usually pretty good. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to a quiet weekend at home. It's Halloween weekend when I'm actually creating this Thursday before Halloween. I don't do Halloween, so I plan to stay in all weekend, not even go to the grocery store. So just kind of stay in my little place here. There we go, perfect. So because this is going to be glued down, it doesn't have to be, the back of it doesn't have to be covered. So there's that. I think I am going to put some Velcro on here though, because this is not going to stay closed, and it's a simple way to secure it. So let me just grab my little, these are kind of this little micro Velcros, and it won't affect this at all, and because I can still put a pocket here if I wanted to. I should have pulled this envelope out more so that I didn't have so much of a, I had more of a gap, and this is needs to be trimmed. I see some white on that paper, so hopefully I can, hopefully I can hold on to the paper so that I can complete this. Goodness gracious. It's a work night. Did I mention that? Okay, so I think a closure. I think a closure would be good. So I'm going to put this on. I want it to go kind of here because I don't want it to get in the way of a pocket if I decide to put a pocket here. And then we got our other, these are really low profile, so they're lovely for journaling. So I got mine off of Amazon. I'll try to link it if I can remember. If I don't, please go ahead and leave a comment, and I'm happy to go back and do that. So we're just going to go ahead and just attach that so it keeps it nice. That's going to help if I put a pocket in there. That's going to get a little bit bulkier even still. So then what I had is, you know what I forgot is that this is supposed to have a tag, but I think I was supposed to cut this open, is I think what my problem was. I think I was going to cut that, so that is a, because I have this little writing space, And I think it was supposed to go in somewhere. Oh, goodness. I suppose it could go in a pocket. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I was thinking about going ahead and cutting this open, but I don't know if I want to do that. I don't think I want to because I didn't secure that envelope completely in here. So I think we're just going to go with this. We're going to put a pocket on here. In fact, let me grab that ephemera really quick and we can do it together. We're going to just set that aside. I don't want to stick it into the pocket too prematurely. So now we've got a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and create a tag to go in the big pocket. It's going to be a honkin' tag, or maybe it will be an envelope. This would be pretty, except I don't want everything to be that print. So let's see what else we have at the bottom of this pile. I print so much and I haven't used much of it. We've got that one. We've got another one of that one. So, but I really like this one. Just don't want them to all be the same, but they're not. We've got 3 different things here, so I think we'll be okay to do this. And I printed this, I double printed it, so it's got coffee dyed paper on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and just fold this. This is 60-pound paper, so I sometimes get a rough go of these envelopes because the paper is thicker. I'm just trying to find my bone folder here. The paper's thicker, so it can be a little bit more challenging to get it to fold and not tear and do other wild stuff. So do the same here. There we go. And then we've got that. I think an envelope will be gorgeous in here. So I think we'll put that in the pocket. And what I like to do is I'll probably put some coffee dyed paper in the middle of this. Just kind of slip it in here. And then put a tab. I cut a tab out here so we could use it maybe to have this stick up out of the top of that pocket. So I'm just going to fold this flap down as well. Give that a good crease. It's much harder to crease this paper because it's pretty heavy, but I do not like coffee weight paper. I do not like to work with it unless I'm using it for collaging. And this one I don't think I'm going to leave open. I think we're going to go ahead and glue it shut, and I'm just going to stick some coffee dyed paper in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. So off camera I'll probably just stick some coffee dyed paper in that envelope. So let's go ahead and use this tab on the top of this just so that it sticks up out of the pocket. So I'm just going to fold it in half. It's easier to cut it, fold it in half, and then cut those side pieces. Otherwise, these things frustrate me to no end because it's a lot of fussy cutting and little cutting and time-consuming cutting, especially if you're like, you know, doing all your fussing cutting at once. These ones I always set aside. I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. You have to be in the mood for it, that's for sure. Ink that up. There we go. And I think I'm going to put it like this so that cool pocket or that scalloped edge shows. So I'm just thinking I want to see if I want anything underneath this as far as something pretty. I don't know. Let's see what we have in here. Do we have anything? Let me just reach over here and grab my little scrap thing here with some lace bits. Oh, here we've got the shiny gold fabric. This will be pretty. So I'm just going to cut that. And we're going to put her on there like so. So I'm going to glue that on first. Just going to try to get it here in the middle. Like so. And then we can glue the tab on as well. I just glue this edge and then the opposite edge. And then slide it on. I like I don't care for that particularly, so sometimes I'll put a word on it, but I'm just going to put that one to the back. And then we're just going to set that on there so it's kind of sticking up like that. I usually try to bump this edge up to the edge of the card that I'm putting it on, like so. Just a little bit of embellishment there. And so then that is going to stick inside of here, and it's going to stick up. Stick it in there. Sorry for the camera angle there. Boop, 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 boop. And putting coffee dyed paper in there is not going to bulk it up too much, so we're just going to let that stick out a little bit, like so. And then I think we're safe to put this in. Hopefully. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I love it. I just adore folios. Oh my gosh, I love that. We need a word up here though now. So let me, I need to pull some other words out because the only one I have here left is one for the front of this. We're still going to do a little bit of embellishing there. So let's go ahead and get one of these out. I think beautiful would be good. Here we go. Just going to ink this up quickly. We are almost done. I'm so glad you're here. I just love having the company. I think I'm going to cut a bit of this. You know, can't get enough of it. Can't get enough of the gold. Let's see what that looks like. Pull that out just a little bit. Everything's sticking to my fingers. Yeah, I think I want that on there. You know, again, I love the layering. I just love, it gives so much visual interest and just perks up a project just to see the dimension. I think I learned that from doing mixed media layers and such. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. It's beautiful. We're going to go ahead and slide that down. Okay, so now the last thing is just a little bit of embellishing of this front bit. So I have some bits here. I've got a piece of the lace, which I've been using throughout the journal. I'm not sure I want to use it here at all because it's not really, oh, you know what? I bought some more. I think I put this in as a prompt to get some more. So I did. I got 3 yards of it. when I went to Hobby Lobby because it's going to go throughout the journal. So I'm like, I couldn't believe that I ran out. So I'm just debating on whether or not I just want it under the window like that, just in this area, or if I want it to go all the way across. I think I want it to go all the way across. That will be easier anyway. I'm going to stick something in between here so that I don't get any glue on that other side. So we're going to go ahead and use our Fabri-Tac. I apologize if this video gets too long. You guys can always fast forward. I do that all the time just because I don't have, you know, 13 hours in a day to watch videos, as many as I would like to watch. So I do speed them up if it doesn't affect me understanding what they're saying. I like to hear what people are saying, so if it affects that, then I don't speed them up. So like if I'm watching somebody that has a really thick accent, I usually don't speed them up because then I can't really follow what they're saying, and I want to be able to hear what they're saying. So, but you can definitely speed me up. I don't sound too ridiculous. I've tested it, so feel free. I understand we don't have all the time in the world, and we just really want to get the gist of the process, and if it goes long, that can be a little bit frustrating. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. Hopefully get my hands on it a little bit better. Oh, goodness. Why is that not cutting? Got a rough bit there. Yeah. You're going to see this lace throughout the journal. I just adore it. And I love that it's going to stick out the bottom of a page, which is why I use it. It's kind of part of the theme of this journal. So there we go. So we have that. And it does look a little bit weird because it doesn't come all the way over to here. But I can't make that happen. So we're just going to be good with that. And I'm just debating on how much I really want to do here as far as layering, because I don't want to bulk it up too much. So I'm just going to tear this down a little bit. This is that jelly print. It was alcohol ink jelly printing. And you can find that in my playlist, my jelly printing playlist, if you'd like to see that. So I'm just debating on whether or not I want this kind of in the middle. I think I do, just to kind of, or maybe it should hang over a little bit. Nope, in the middle. Fabri-Tac. And you can't go wrong with clusters, guys. Just do whatever you feel you want to do. I think I am going to bring it over here. And I'm going to have it go up a little bit into that window. Not a big deal. And I've got a little bit of text here that I always like to add some text to a cluster if I can, just because it creates a different element of interest. So I tore that a little bit, and I'm just going to ink that up. And then we're going to put that on. I don't think a lot about these clusters. I just kind of do whatever looks right, and it does take a little bit of practice, mind you, but the result is really beautiful and very pleasing. So I do want a piece of this because it's going to tie in those flowers from the top. So I'm going to ink that up. Do need a little piece of something in there though before we move on. So let me get a piece of this lace again. Do I have another piece smaller already cut under all of my stuff here? Doesn't look like it. Ooh, I just spotted this in my thing. Ooh, I wonder about this. What do you guys think of that to go up the side? You know what? I want to do it. I want to do it. Yes. We're going to do that. We'll do it in a second. Oh, this didn't stick. I wonder why that didn't stick. Let's go ahead and get this this piece on first. just want to get it down to that point. There we go. Perfect. So let me go ahead and get my paper towel to try to dab up that extra glue and give it a press. Oh, this is beautiful. I like that it's kind of crooked too. Like it's kind of weebly wobbly. Good choice, Renee. So let's try better on this one. I don't know why that didn't stick. Maybe I just didn't have enough. But let's try that again. So we're going to go ahead and get that up there. Just going to let that set a second. I love that. I love that leaf. I'll cut that top off here too. Let's get a little piece of this. Okay, go ahead and put this on the top of the little word page here. And then we're going to put this piece. And then we will be done. We'll make tags for the pockets, as I mentioned, off camera, just because the video is already really long. So we're just going to put our last word, and I'm going to use the word autumn because it's not a word that I like to use. It's not a season I care for. I love the crisp air. I love the colors, but just trying to loosen those associations is challenging. So I'm going to try to use the language and try to embrace some of that, some of the normalcy of it for myself. So there we go. Oops. Doesn't want to stick. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if the video was too long, please speed me up. I don't mind. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.